capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. Good day! This is Clifton C. Duavis of Marcela Mabanta National High School. My sincere appreciation for giving me an opportunity to conduct this study and develop my professional skills. To our school division superintendent, Dr. Edalberto L. Plinaria, to our assistant school division superintendent, Dr. Rosemary T. Cesar, to our school governance and operation division chief, Dr. Maria Carmela T. Ablin, to our curriculum instruction division chief, Dr. Maria Eva Esidon, to our senior education program specialist for planning and research, Dr. Bridget E. Abalorio. Thank you for the support, encouragement, constructive criticism, and this help in making this study easy and convenient. Today, I'll be presenting my action research entitled Strengthening Learner Skills in Earth Science Activities through Video-Based Performance. As this virus continuously spreads, the future is uncertain and unpredictable. The coronavirus disease crisis has squeezed not only the economic, psychological, and social, but to education in an excessive degree. The delivery of teaching in education has transformed and in turn, learning spaces were structured, causing a lot of problems. Schools across the globe offered into diverse practices such as distance education, remote learning, and blended learning. Remote learning discloses a digital divide among Filipino learners. 32% out of 3,670 Filipino learners surveyed tuning to new learning styles and do not have steadfast internet lead to stress and challenges met by ever. Education must continue despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. Establishing strong and merging initial health standards and social issues at home, in school, and in the community contribute meaningfully for this vital goal. The way of improving quality of life is through providing an individual with significant learning experiences and system of learning assessment that allows students to demonstrate their knowledge and skill in a learning atmosphere that embraces higher order thinking skills as relating it to the real-world status quo. This type of learning is a performance-based learning, wherein it is an ongoing process that allows student-centered learning and progress monitoring. Students collaborate and adjust their learning when desired. In performance-based learning, the subject matter and direction does not have to adjust but instead of evaluating the learning understanding from the content, the learners are allowed to demonstrate what they have learned. This learning is turning out to be trendy and beginning to change the traditional way of learning. This type of learning is cost-effective, engaging, easy to access, and consistent. This is a video-based performance. Video-based performance as an assessment is when a facilitator of teaching utilizes visual recordings as proof to assess performance or output. Video-based performance improves demonstrable abilities like public speaking, artistic recitals, educational techniques, and foreign languages. Currently, video-based performances or outputs are being utilized for nursing services, teacher-learners observations, class performances, creative presentations, virtual courses, and more. In the scientific arena, the usage for video-based learners to track and record themselves completing the act of a science experimentation. Science video-based performance is a terrific tool for learners as they record various actions. Video permits the observer to see all the essential actions undertaken to come up solutions and produces an opportunity for learners to contribute their work and walk all the way through. Videos can also be utilized for group dialogue and partnership. Science video-based performance impresses another curriculum. Expresses information on the study of a historic figure. Learner can primarily create a storyboard and then a video autocopy, emphasizing key aspects of the individual's life, including illustrations, writing, and storyline. Learners can make use of video to verbally present their writing. Learners recognize to show fluency. Learners may passively create a storyboard with their individual drawings to go along with the script. In the intervention, to strengthen the learner's skill in science, the proposed intervention of this study is the video-based performance. The video-based performance is the process of recording and evaluating performances and interactions for the drive of educating learners that heighten problem-solving, mastery of innovative skills, and augment learners' judgment. Video-based performance was evaluated through the validated teacher-made video-based performance rubric as the main tool in the assessment of the learners-made video-based performance. The rubric served as the observation guide of the teacher to guarantee effective and well-organized learning. The validated teacher-made video-based performance rubric were recorded according to content knowledge, organization, presentation of content, creativity and originality, use of language, presentation, and videography clearness. Learners were given performance task instructions, which was to make a minimum of 3-minute video presentation on geological, hydrometeorological, and coastal process. Learners are asked to highlight on how the following hazards are formed and can be prevented. In the video, learners are asked to emphasize the concepts through reenact. The performance task given is an individual activity. If learners need members for at all reasons, they are only allowed to include family members. Any materials in the house will do, as long as it doesn't hinder safety of each member in the family while having fun video making. After the conduct of study, series of dissemination followed, such as conference with learners and parents, participate trainings and seminars in video making and production, conduct capacity building in video making and production to the teachers and learners, production of video-based performance, enhance the learners' learning, follow up learners' performance in the class, and research dissemination and advocacy. In the action research questions, the main drive of this study was to determine the effect of video-based performance in strengthening learner skills in earth science activities. Specifically, this study obtained to answer the following questions. Number 1. What is the performance of the respondents in earth science before and after the intervention? Number 2. Is there a significant difference between the performances of the respondents in earth science before and after the intervention? For the scope and limitation was conducted at Marcela Mabanta National High School of Libertad, Causuagan, Lanao del Norte. The study was delimited to determine the effect of video-based performance in strengthening learner skills in earth science activities. The subjects of the study were the 30 grade 11 humanities and social sciences learners of the said school who were officially enrolled in earth and life science subject for school year 2020-2021. The pre-tests and post-tests were composed of 30 multiple choice questions. The questions were from the teachers-made geological, hydrometeorological, coastal process and hazards chapter tests of the Earth and Life Science Quarter 1 Self-Learning Module Summative Test. The data of the study were analyzed using the mean and the t-test for PERT observation. In the action research methods, the purpose of the study was to determine the effect of video-based performance in strengthening learner skills in earth science activities. This section outlined the action research methods used in the study. It discusses the participation and or other sources of data information, data gathering methods, and data analysis. For the participation and or other sources of data information, the subjects of the study were the 30 senior high school grade 11 humanities and social sciences learners of Marcela Mabanta National High School, who were officially enrolled in Earth and Life Science subject for school year 2020-2021. Purposive sampling was utilized in choosing the respondents. It is located within the peripheral northeastern section of Causuagan, Lanao del Norte, near Barangay Napo of Linamon, Lanao del Norte from Iligan City. The school is populated with 1,437 enrolled learners, 48 faculty, and 10 staffs. In the data gathering methods, the study employed the validated teacher-made video-based performance rubric as the main tool in the assessment of the learner's made video-based performance. This rubric served as the observation guide of the teacher to ensure effective and efficient learning. Pre-tests and post-tests were utilized to evaluate the improvement in the conceptual understanding of the students. The pre-tests and post-tests were composed of 30 multiple-choice questions. The questions were from the teachers-made geological, hydrometeorological, coastal process and hazards chapter test of the Earth and Life Science Quarter 1 Self-Learning Module Summative Test. The researcher conceptualized video-based performance rubric that will strengthen learner skills in earth science activities. Series of validation processes were undertaken by the researcher and by the video-based performance rubric validators of Marcela Mabanta National High School. After the approval of the rubric validation, the researchers proceed to the implementation process. In the implementation process, the researchers sought first the consent from the school principal of Marcela Mabanta National High School for the conduct of the study, then permission advisor, Earth and Life Science teacher, the parents and learners' consent of the learner's respondent for the implementation. After the permission was granted, the researcher conducted a pretest on the respondents. Video-based performance intervention implementation properly followed. Henceforth, the researcher administered the post-test. Of the pretest and post-test wherein every correct answer is equivalent to 1 point each. Finally, the researcher tallied and tabulated the results and applied the necessary statistical treatment for the analysis and interpretation of the problem. In the data analysis, the data of the study were analyzed using the mean and the t-test for third observation. The mean was used to determine the average pretest and of the respondents. The t-test for paired observation was used to test if there is a significant ethical issue in an effort to reinforce the ethical treatment of the participants, particularly the student respondents. Certain prescribed steps were taken during the research process of this study. Respondents' names were replaced with the respondents' code or RC to the data collected prior to release of the data to the researcher. The code linking the student names to the data were stored in the safe accessible only to the researcher and authorized personnel. Respondents' names were not used in reporting the findings of the study and were not used in any publishing paper regarding this study. In the discussion of results and reflection, Table 1 is the distribution of respondents in terms of their pretest scores in earth science before the intervention. Table 1 shows that the respondents in earth science before the intervention, as shown 18 or 60% of the respondents got poor scores and 12 or 40% of the respondents got fair and good scores. Learning, it requires a certain material or learning tool that provides learning experiences. Peterson 2016 pointed out that in a classroom are flexible ways to involve learners and exhibit more engagement than other forms of assessments like essays and individual technology-based tasks. Learners have the opportunity to be more innovative when working in groups. This implies that if learners are allowed to demonstrate that embraces their higher order thinking skills as well as relate conditions like video-based performance, they will get their score. Table 2 is the distribution of respondents in terms of their post-test scores in earth science intervention, or 36.36% of the respondents got excellent performance, and 13 or 43.33% got very good performance. Only 5 or 16.66% of the respondents got fair and good scores. This confirms that video-based performance has an educational potential that strengthens learner skills in earth science. Learners learn to take charge of their understanding. Likewise, working in groups involves learners in collaborative learning and help boost communication skills such as cooperation of meaning, decision-making, and collaboration. Table 3 shows the paired differences on the pretest and post-test of the respondents in earth science. The pretest has a mean of 14.83 with a standard deviation of 4.46, while the post-test has a mean of 25.4 with a standard deviation of 3.13, wherein standard deviation help us assess how far the values are spread above and below the mean. These paired variables have paired mean difference of negative 8 shows that there is a significant difference between the performance in earth science before and after the intervention. Thus, it confirms that video-based performance strengthens learners' skills, activities, and has a potential to increase learners' performance and promote higher order thinking skills. The recommendations of the study. The Department of Education officials as curriculum planner must support the educational goals of the basic education curriculum in planning seminars or conferences towards video-based performance as an assessment in cultivating 21st century skills. School heads must play a significant role in facilitating varied activities that are related with video making and production that would address various students' needs, intelligences, and abilities. Teachers have to consider being updated on the trends in technology today, participate in trainings, seminars to acquire ideas and skills in making video-based performance. Given that learners take pleasure in watching video online, it is healthier and be a great help in their understanding if learners upload educational self-made videos. The parents and community are encouraged to support their learners by providing materials and equipment needed for learning. Future researchers must conduct future-related studies on other subjects or courses, most especially in dealing with actual performances. That's all for my presentation. Once again, this is Clifton Duavis of Marcela, Mabanta National High School. Thank you.